welcome to the Learning is Change list, the web series where I get to tackle all of the things that I want to learn how to change in education in order to create an engine for authentic learning. Today I'm going to tackle the question that Kevin Honeycutt posed within his reflective practice vlog, and the question is this.
And that's a thing you feel, where you realize how much of your brain is connected and how much energy that takes. What are some strategies for managing a digital life?
With that question out there and sort of that challenge sent to me, I started really thinking about what it is that allows me and allows other learners that I see in order to manage a digital life and really to create a space that allows for that management. And there are two things that I think are most important within managing a digital life in the way that Kevin is talking about it and managing digital learning. And one of those is really the thing that doesn't get talked a lot about yet, I think in learning circles, which is how we can actually curate learning for one another. And so curation is not the concept of aggregating something for someone or recommending a link for someone. It is the concept that there are objectively better things than others, and it is filtering out the noise. And how do we actually go about filtering out noise? Because the noise to signal ratio is getting much worse, and especially as we continue to, you're talking about an infinite amount of streams, and so that level of curation that needs to happen both internally as a learner and externally as a system, it needs to get better. And the second way that happens, and that's really what I want to change, is going from a singular notification model of learning where every single learning event requires a notification. And you can think about that as, like a pop-up notification on a screen or even a notification in our brain. And going from that model to a model of digests. And the best way that I can explain digest learning and sort of thinking about curating from the crowd rather than sort of pushing out to the crowd and things like that. The best way that I can explain it is there are 3 emails that I read every single day religiously because they are digests of bigger things. So the first one is called Unroll Me, which is a tool that takes about 80 of my emails and puts them all together into a single email that has all of my daily updates, all of my listservs that I'm a part of, every single thing that has this word subscribe in it. And there are 857 of these things that I'm subscribed to that I get about 80 of every single day. And it takes everything and jams it into one that takes me 5 minutes to scan. That concept of being able to scan, and it actually categorizes these things. So I can see social things that have happened. I can see, new notices within all of the different social networks. I can see the daily deals that are coming and things like that. So that's one digest. The second one that I look at is called Hajoki. It's a very strange sort of name, but it is a tool that allows me to connect all of the collaboration tools that I use, so Dropbox, Google Drive, Calendar, let's see, just a whole bunch of these different ones, even down to Twitter and the other social networks. And what it does is it gives me an update of all of the things that happened in the previous day in those documents or in those collaborative spaces. So if somebody adds something to a Google Doc, I know who added it and when it happened. But as a digest, I don't need to know every single thing that happened. So the biggest time savings and life savings for me is not in notifying me that every time a change occurs, but in the big changes and sort of looking at a trend. This is something that is moving forward. I should jump in there and start to collaborate. This is something that needs to happen or just got added to a calendar or something like that. Then I get to jump in and become a part of it. And then the last one is something that I find more valuable than most other sort of news services, which is a service called curate.me. And it is a daily email of where it combs down from sort of a local level and a tech level and an international level, and gives me 10 links to look at. And I've found so many services are like this, but the only one that really has an algorithm down to a degree where I always read it is this Curate Me. So those are the three. That concept of that we don't need individual notifications for learning, we need digest learning. That concept of we need curation for ourselves and for one another. That is how we manage this digital life. It isn't in we need one more tool or something like that. It is in a shift from the individual notification to the important stuff, the digest version of it. It is all of those things, pulling it into a single space or into a single workflow. That's how I find that it's most effective to actually manage those things. So that's what I want to change, is going from individual notifications to digest, going from the very noise centric model of professional development and learning to a very signal centric model of professional development and learning. So that's where I'm at. Thanks so much for watching. Please comment below, subscribe up top, and please visit the Google Plus community, because we're going to be doing some interesting things in there, doing some hangouts pretty soon. And thanks for watching.